What's up? What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to season 3 of Keeping It Real with Mo, where we take realness to the next level. It's February, it's Black History Month, and it's also Valentine's Day, which is the month of love. So this month, I want to focus on not only honoring those of our ethnicity, those that have been making great strides for Black History Month, but I also want to talk about love and highlighting love with Black couples, talking about self-love, loving on ourselves, loving others, because that's what it's all about. In order to be loved, you have to learn to love yourself. So let's get started, okay? Today is the second day of this wonderful second month of 2024. So let's ask ourselves, first of all, what is love? What is love? Can you love without loving yourself? You got to have self-love before you try to love anything or anybody else. And I have learned that more than anybody. If you want to change yourself and change your body and change your appearance and change the way you look because people don't like this about you or people don't like that about you, that's not self-love. That's self-sabotage. So if you don't have enough self-confidence or self-esteem for yourself, how you going to be able to give that to somebody else? How you going to be able to lean on somebody else or be that rock that they need? So love starts from within yourself. You got to look in that mirror every day and say, I am beautiful. I am bold. I am intelligent. I am a smart, young, gifted, Black young woman or young male or whatever ethnicity or nationality you are. We are our own biggest cheerleaders. Okay. And people hype Valentine's Day up. Yeah, I know it's all about, the women because the men have sweetest day or whatever. But you should be showing your significant other or the person that you're with or dating or married to or whatever. You shouldn't just show them love one day out of the year. You know what I'm saying? You should love on them every single day. My mom always told me, give people their flowers while they're here on this earth. And that's what you should do. Give people their flowers while they're here because you never know what tomorrow might bring. You may not ever see that person again after tomorrow, and you may not even be able to tell them that you love them or that you care about them. I want to share a story with you real quick. I lost someone near and dear to me about 3-4 years ago. They were a very close friend of mine, very close friend from my hometown. I would say I wouldn't say it was a love-hate relationship. We were friends, but we knew that it was more than that. We knew it was deeper than that. But the day that I got the news that he was gone, like a void just left me. I was heartbroken. I was hurt because this person understood me. He understood me. He never judged me and accepted me for all of my faults, including my bad attitude, my mouth. And, we would joke all the time. He'd tell me all the time, your mouth gonna get you in trouble. You make me sick. But there was a deep, genuine love there. And it took me a long time. And I'm still dealing with the loss, but I mourned that loss for years. And I knew he would want to see me here unhappy or mourning. He would want me to go on and live my life. And that is the kind of love that I'm talking about, like unconditional love. Someone genuinely being happy for you in spite of someone wanting you to move on. I still think about it today, like what would happen or where would we be, if he was still here on this earth. But I know a day doesn't go by that he's not looking down on me, probably shaking his head at some of the things that I've said or done. But that right there, people, that's unconditional love, really. And when you find that one person that is genuine about you, that accepts you no matter what, that compliments you, that supports you, that loves you unconditionally, then, my friend, you can say that you are truly, truly in love. Now, was he my soulmate? No, but I think that he was close enough to it. People don't understand that term soulmate. Now, while we may not have been destined to, be a married or be a couple or whatever, we had a understanding. We had a bond, the bond was there, the chemistry was there. But when it comes to the term soulmate, I think people kind of get that term confused and twisted, because when a person is truly, genuinely your soulmate, things happen and you find your way back to each other for a reason. Do I have a soulmate? Maybe. That I'm not going to divulge, but can you have two soulmates? It's always what I wanted to know. I mean, it's a possibility. There is a deep possibility that you could possibly have two soulmates. I mean, like the saying goes, you can't fault who you love. Love has no color, but you can't fault and help who you fall in love with, So I feel that there is a possibility that you can have two soulmates. I mean, if you guys have been through thick and thin, hell and high water, criticism, unapproval from family, friends, and you find yourself back together 10, 15, 20, 25 years down the line, then yes, that person was truly meant to be in your life. Truly meant to be in your life. But only time will tell, and your heart will know, and your heart will understand. If that person is the first person you think about in the mornings and the last person you think about when you go to sleep at night, if you toss and turn because this person is on your mind 24/7 nonstop, and he or she gives you butterflies in your stomach when you see them, makes you all giggly goo goo like a high school kid all over again, then yeah, I would say that it was meant to be and that person is meant for you. Now, am I an expert on relationships? Absolutely not. Okay. I literally have made mistakes like most of us, choosing the wrong people, letting people stay past the season that they were supposed to be in my life, thinking that I could change them. A leopard can't change their spots. Okay. All right. If it's a frog, it's a frog. If it walk like a duck and talk like a duck, it's a duck. And I'm trying to, waste my time changing people that don't want to change. So yes, I've been through my fair share of frogs. I'm not an expert on it, but I can relate because of some of the situations that I've been through. Yeah, ladies, we have to learn how to embrace our self-worth. We have to stand up for ourselves and not be a doormat to be walked on, walked over, walked through. And, as I think over the years and think about the people that I dated and had relationships with, I allowed myself to become that doormat, to become that rug that they wipe their feet on, and there were plenty of times where I couldn't understand, why am I so broken? Why is my heart so torn up? And why am I feeling like this? Because you allowed yourself that, honey, because you allowed these men to come into your lives and disrupt your peace and disrupt your sanctuary and turn you into a blubbering piece of silly putty that had no self-confidence, no self-esteem, and just allowed them to abuse you mentally, break your spirit, and break your self-esteem and self-confidence. There comes a time where you have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm worth more. My love is not worth being trampled on. My self-worth is not worth feeling like this, feeling like garbage, feeling like crud, feeling like poop. Of course, y'all know the word that I'm looking for, but when are we going to realize it, ladies? When are we going to take control and take back our self-esteem and be more confident and rise above the occasion? Because there are some men out there that aren't looking for wimpy women. They aren't looking for pushovers. They're looking for a strong, confident companion. Somebody that has a good head on their shoulders and that can stand up straight, look them in the eye, and still be about their business. It's time for some of us to grow up and stop attracting the wrong type of men. How are we going to say that we love them or we in a relationship or that's our man when you just allowing him to use and walk all over you? That ain't love. So this month of February, as I air, a few of these interviews, and the months ahead, I want you guys to be conscious of what type of man you are attracting. What are you allowing to come into your life? What are you allowing yourself to put up with? What are you allowing to be around your children? If he's emotionally draining you and ain't there for you and ain't, going 50-50 or you ain't got that 80-20, it's time to let it go. Like Elsa in Frozen said, and I hate this song, but let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Because some of us have been through so much that we can't allow nobody else to come in our lives and emotionally drain us the way that some of these men do. But we allow it, and it's because we've been used to it so much that we don't know what to expect anymore. Like if Mr. Right walked up to you today, ladies, would you know what to expect? Would you be ready? Would you be willing with open arms? What would you say? What would you do? How would you react? Can you answer that? So for this month, just be mindful of the relationships. I mean, there are a lot of couples out there that have had wonderful relationships, been childhood sweethearts, A1s since day ones, and I applaud them. And I pray every day that, God send me somebody that, I can be like that with, but sometimes it's not our time. Sometimes it's not the right time for us. Sometimes God wants us to work on ourselves before we can even get into something with somebody else. And I believe that wholeheartedly because, like I said before, I'm not perfect. I used to be messed up. I'm learning more and more about myself every single day. What I need to work on, what I need to correct, what I need to I know this. So when that person does come that God has in store for me, I will be ready to offer all of myself because I will have enough love for myself and I will recognize what it is that I am ready to put up with and what I will and will not accept. So, ladies and gentlemen, because I ain't putting all this on the men because there's some women out there that are messed up too. And we always say, oh, ain't no good men out here. Ain't no good. Ladies, ain't no good men out here because we running them away. Trust me. Like, some of us have the worst attitudes. And what man wants to be around a woman that's got a stank attitude? Like, just turn her nose up at everything. Just criticize everything. Ladies, we got to do better. We have got to do better. Because, we can't sit here and place all the blame on the men without calling our own selves out. Let's call a spade and call fair fair. We're not perfect either. So I challenge you, ladies and men, this month of February, the month of love, look inside yourself. Look inside your heart. See what it is that you need to work on and what it is that you need to fix before you try to give it to someone else and it blows up in your face. Because trust me, if you ain't all together and you get with somebody and they ain't all together, it's going to blow up in your face. It's going to go tick, 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 boom. So work on yourself. Love yourself. Learn how to love others. Love on your children. Love on your family. Then work on that relationship. Work on that love that God has out there for you. Because it all starts within you. Okay? Let's try to do that. Not only for this month, but for each and every month of this year. All right? We got to do better. Let's do better, people. Okay? Now, Black History Month. When you talk about love and February, you also think about February as being Black History Month. Now, everybody know it's the shortest month of the year. But every day should be Black History Month. Every day we should celebrate our heritage. Every day we should celebrate who we are, where we've come from, where our ancestors are, what our ancestors have worked for to get us to where we are. Because listen, if some of us were slaves back then, we wouldn't make it. We would not last, okay? So, I always say, if you know your history, you know your greatness. Some things a book can't teach you in school. Sometimes you have to do the research. Go to a library or read a book or read about, notable and famous Blacks that have made history. Every Friday this month, we are celebrating in education Dr. Crystal Ellis, a man that has done wonderful things in the Toledo public school system, a man that served as superintendent for years. He done phenomenal things in our education system. 91 years old. We celebrate him every month of Friday, of every Friday of February. And if you don't know, read up on him. Google just to see what he's about. I salute all of our educators out there, all of our African American educators. I salute each and every one of you. Because you have paved the way for our children. Some of our children, look up to you, for those that work in the Toledo public school system and can remember back when Dr. Ellis was superintendent, everything that he had to deal with, everything he went through, the things that the Toledo public school system went through. So remember that. And him dealing with all of that has paved the way for others that came after him. Like our very own current superintendent, Dr. Durant, who's worked hard and effortlessly to make Toledo Public Schools the best district there is. He's innovated and brought programs and magnet schools and, made changes. Like, people like Dr. Ellis have paved the way for him. And he started out in the schools, assistant principal to principal to superintendent. Phenomenal, and that even goes down to our school board president, Randall Parker. Started out school PTO president, board member, now board president. These are all African American men that are making moves and have paved the way that our children look up to. This is greatness in the making, you all. Greatness in the making. Education in the making. Sheena Barnes was board president last year. She's the vice president. I believe she's vice president. Yeah, vice president. Making waves. African American woman making waves. So instead of letting our children sit and play the games and watch rap videos and listen to music and listen to Lil Baby and Lil Durk and Young M.A. and all of that, they need to be in the library researching history, researching what our generation and generations before us and generations before that have done to pave the way for them. I'm proud to be an employee of Toledo Public School Systems. Very proud. I'm proud that my son is a learning product of Toledo Public School principals. I give my hats off to all of my African American principals out there. I don't want to name them all because I know I'm going to miss some, but shout out to my son's first principal at Girl Patterson Academy. Shout out to Miss Arnika Johnson because she doing her thing over at Grove. Doing her thing. Salute to you. And I take my hat off to his principal now at his school, Miss Cole, who was a science teacher before she became the principal. So, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, there are people that you can model and look up to. You don't have to settle just for anything. Go out there and get it. Our ancestors paved the way. Our ancestors worked hard Not so we can just have one day out of a month to celebrate, but so that we can learn each and every day of every month of the year about our heritage and our greatness. This is why they gave us February, because it's the shortest month of the year. And they want to stifle our learning, stifle our knowledge. But if you want to know more, go to the library, research, watch documentaries on TV. Because whether y'all know it or not, Toledo alone, we got some hidden gems here in our city. We have some notable people of African American descent that are doing big things. But they working in silence. And those that are not working in silence, we know nothing about. Because they're not highlighted the way that they should be. So it is my goal for this month to put the spotlight on some of these people that either are not getting the recognition they deserve, or they are, but nobody knows their story or how they got there. So stay tuned, because it's going to be a wild and crazy ride this month. It's going to be a good season. It's going to be a good season 3 this month. You're going to learn. You're going to cry. We're going to laugh. And we're going to do some big things. So stay tuned to who I got coming next as my first interview. Not only for 2024, but to kick off Black History Month. Details coming soon. But I just wanted to let you know what is planned for this show this month and months to come. The month of love, self-love, and real love, as Mary J. Blige said. And Black History Month. Knowing about our ancestors, how they paved the way, and what greatness lives inside of us. Okay? That's all I got for y'all tonight. But tune in on Mondays, 7 p.m. I'll let you know when, where, and what time. So until then, do you, boo, but be the best you that you could possibly be. I love y'all. Make it a great night. Peace.